Yo, what is good, Knicks Nation? Welcome back to Knicks Media. This is Richie, and the New York Knicks have just defeated the Philadelphia 76ers by a final score of 112-99. I was live during the entire game. Shout out to everybody that tuned into that live stream. I had a bunch of fun with you guys in the live chat. The Knicks took care of business in a must-win game at home at the Garden after coming off a very disappointing loss to the Orlando Magic on Sunday. Knicks fans were really scratching their heads. We had a humbling loss. We lost to a team where we should have defeated. But what do the Knicks do? They come out on top against a team that is missing Ben Simmons, and we take care of business at home on national television on TNT. The whole world was watching, and the Knicks looked absolutely amazing tonight. Simply because the best part about tonight was simply because the Knicks scored all over the place. There wasn't one person that went off for us. It was a well-balanced performance from all the Knicks, from the bench unit to the starters. There's not one player that popped off. There's not one player that scored 20 points, and we finished with 112 points as a team. That tells you right there how awesome this team played together. Their offense together has been beautiful to watch. We're deep. The bench, the three-point shooting is unbelievable. We cooled off in the second half, but in the first half, it seemed like we could not miss at all. Kemba Walker had his coming out party as a New York Knick, absolutely lighting it up with 5 3-pointers. Emmanuel quickly took the ankles of his best friend, Tyrese Maxey, which is a great highlight. So let's get right into this recap video because I got a lot to talk about. First and foremost, let's talk about Kemba Walker, guys. Kemba Walker is playing such great basketball for the Knicks. So far in the first 3 games, Kemba Walker didn't really do that much in terms of volume. Like, every time Kemba shot the ball, it seemed like it went in, but Thibodeau was not giving him a lot of minutes, and it felt like Kemba does not really want to put up a lot of shots. Well, tonight, he had rhythm early on, and he let them fly, and Kemba Walker had his coming out party as a New York Knick, finishing with 19 points, 5 assists, 3 boards, 2 steals, 1 block, 5 of 11 from downtown. Kemba Walker, welcome to New York. It was awesome to see him going out there cashing 3 after 3. There's one point where I think he hit 3 straight 3-pointers, and the Garden was absolutely electric. I wish I was at the Garden tonight, but man, it was great to see Kemba Walker finally just absolutely lighting it up because we know that he's the type of player that can take over the game any given moment, and it was really refreshing to see that Kemba Walker do just that because Kemba Walker is a guy that can simply take over games single-handedly. So shout out to Cardiac Kemba. It was great to see him in action tonight at the Madison Square Garden. And then Julius Randle. Randle did not have his best game tonight, but he still padded the stat sheet with 16 points, 7 dimes, 11 rebounds, and 3 blocks. This is a good sign for Julius Randle because he did shoot 7 of 18 from the field, 2 of 5 from the three-point land. Not the best efficiency night, but the best part about Julius Randle tonight was his defense, in my opinion, his intensity. Even though his shot was not there at times, he still made an impact on this game. 7 assists, 11 boards. He's just like a walking triple-double. He has not had a triple-double yet this year, but he's the leader of this team. And in the first half, we were up by 20 points, and Randle had 5 points at half. That tells you how awesome this team is in terms of how well-balanced we are. We're not relying on Julius Randle to do everything for us. We have guys like Kemba, Fournier, RJ, D. Rose, Mitch. There's so many guys in this team that can make an impact. So for Julius Randle to only finish with 16 points and the Knicks to still get an easy win like this against the 76ers team that have playoff aspirations, very good sign. Evan Fournier, he finished with 18 points, 4 rebounds, and 2 assists. Evan Fournier, man, he is such a good signing for this Knicks team. We knew going into the season that we replaced Reggie with Evan Fournier. We replaced Elfrid Payton with Kemba. And these two guys, the free agent acquisitions from Leon Rose, are proving to be very good signings from the New York Knicks front office because they are taking so much pressure off Julius Randle. They're spacing the floor. The Knicks are shooting more 3-pointers than any other team in the league. They're also hitting more 3-pointers than anybody in the league. It's a new time in the New York Knicks world right now. We're not used to this. Tom Thibodeau is evolving his game way more than we ever expected. So shout out to Evan Fournier, creating his own jump shot, coming off screens. The 2-man game with him and Julius was very fun to watch. So Evan Fournier, he's hitting clutch shot after clutch shot. So shout out to Evan Fournier. RJ Barrett, he had a very interesting game tonight. He started off red hot. He had 8 early points in the first quarter. I think in the first 5 minutes of the game, RJ had 8 points. He had a right-hand layup, then he hit 2 3-pointers. And then ever since then, RJ simply cannot get anything to go. But RJ Barrett, of course, he played 110% effort all throughout the game. He had very good defensive effort. He's one of the best perimeter defenders in the league right now statistically. But my favorite part about RJ Barrett is even though he's not, in the flow of the offense right now, it seems like he's trying to adjust himself as he's not the number 2 scorer anymore. Last year, he averaged just under 17. No, he's averaged 17.6 points per game to be exact last year. And now, he was the second leading scorer on the Knicks. This season, he's now, the third or fourth option. It's a big adjustment period for RJ Barrett. But I do think as the season progresses, they're going to get RJ the ball more involved. It does seem like he's sitting in the corner too much for my liking, where there's not a lot of plays called for him. But that's a good problem to have because we have so many weapons on this team where it seems like we cannot get everybody involved. But like I said, the depth that we have is tremendous, and I cannot complain whatsoever. Mitchell Robinson finished with 7 points, 6 boards, and 1 block, and more importantly, locked down Joel Embiid. Joel Embiid had a very off night tonight. Let's get to his stats. Joel Embiid was 2 of 7 from the field with 14 points and only 6 boards. Are you kidding me? Mitchell Robinson, shout out to you. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau for having a really good game plan. We saw a bunch of double teams with Evan Fournier trapping him in the corner and Julius Randle as well. Mitchell Robinson held his ground. He had a bunch of tenacious offensive rebounds, getting a second chance opportunities, blocking people at the rim. He's just a very good player for this Knicks team, and he is probably the X factor for this unit because we know how much we missed out on Mitchell Robinson last year in the playoffs. So it's a good sign to see Mitchell Robinson healthy and making a big impact. Now getting into the bench unit. Everybody just had such a well-balanced game tonight. Derrick Rose had 13 points, 3 rebounds, and 1 assist. He's so reliable coming off the bench. I was laughing on the stream because Kemba Walker was going off for us, and then Kemba Walker gets out of the game. And I'm like, oh, wait, I'm not even mad Kemba Walker's leaving because we have Derrick Rose coming in. How much of a luxury is that to have Derrick Rose and Kemba Walker on the court at any given moment? So shout out to D Rose doing his thing as always. Derrick Rose is just evolving his game to another dimension in terms of his shooting. I love his ability to just pull up from 3 with the hand in his face, hit it through contact, driving to the rim. Everything D Rose does is just so fun to watch. Emmanuel quickly, 8 points and 1 ankle breaker. A highlight. He crosses up his best buddy from Kentucky, Maxey, and he hits that 3-pointer. That went all over the internet. Twitter exploded. Shout out to IQ. Obi Toppin finishing with 9 points, 4 rebounds, 2 assists. Great to see Obi Toppin out there. The aggression is there, the confidence. You see Obi Toppin calling for the ball, attacking the basket, shooting jump shots. Obi Toppin is in a different headspace this season. It's a great sign for his progression going into year number 2. Alec Burks, he got a lot of minutes tonight, but he only finished with 8 points. Not the best night for Alec Burks, but he did hit a couple of threes off the bench. That's really all you can ask for Alec Burks. And then Taj Gibson got some minutes tonight. He did a really good job defending Joel Embiid as well. He got in the game when Joel was still in the game, and he locked him down. 4 points, 3 boards for Taj Gibson. So that's really my thoughts about the individual performances. Before I end off the video, I just want to give you guys my quick thoughts about what this Knicks team is doing this year, man. We're 3-1. We're coming off a very disappointing loss to the Magic, but we bounce back. We go up against the Philadelphia 76ers team on TNT, a really good opportunity for the Knicks to make a statement on national television. And that's exactly what we do. We blow them out of the waters. We hit 3-pointers. We play really good defense. And we here, baby. The New York Knicks are back, and we're 3-1. We're at the top of the Eastern Conference standings, and we got to take advantage of games like this. Now we have to go up against a 4-0 red-hot Chicago Bulls team in Chicago on Thursday night. That's going to be a really interesting matchup. So, guys, please leave a comment down below your thoughts about the game. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. Hit the like button if you guys enjoyed. And, man, it feels good to have the Knicks back because they are playing very good basketball. And the one thing I will say before I end off the video is we got a deep team, man. Everybody's well-balanced. We're not relying on one person. Any given night, some players going to pop off, and it's such a good luxury to have that we're so deep. The bench is playing so well together. The starters are playing so well together. Shout out to Tom Thibodeau. Man, I love this team. I love you guys as well, and I appreciate all the support here in Knicks Media. I'll catch you guys in my next video. Let's go Knicks. Peace out, everybody.